excellent day to serve an excellent God in and with the spirit of excellence. I am Pastor Sherry, Coach Sherry, Reverend Sherry, Chaplain Sherry, saying good morning to you on this Monday of Holy Week. Come on in the room. I know it is early, but listen, we have things to do on this day. I want to say that the reason why I do this is I don't want us to get to Sunday morning too quickly. Sometimes we rush to Sunday morning and we are ready for the shout. And even those who preach this week, and especially on Friday night for the seven last sayings, somebody is going to want to get to, and 3 days he got up again. Listen, I'm all for it. I'm ready too. I have to resist the urge to get to getting up morning too soon. But here's the thing: if we get to Sunday morning too quickly, we're going to miss the agony. We're going to miss the darkness of Holy Week. Listen, it's a dark time. It's a dark time. This is not a time of joy. It is a dark time for Jesus and for all of those who are experiencing. Listen, the reason why I know that we can't sit in darkness is because even at a funeral, we mask our grief. Hear me. We mask our grief in the celebration. We mask our grief in the praise. And when that is over with, we have to go home and deal with the darkness by ourselves. Let's not rush past the sorrow to get to the shout. So come on in, and as you are here, please let me know that you are here, because I want to welcome you and to greet you for being up with me at this time. So listen, we are on the second day of Holy Week, the Monday. Now, yesterday, no doubt, perhaps you were in some type of worship experience that dealt with Palm Sunday. I really hope that you did, because it is leading up to the highest day of the church's being, right? And so if we miss it, then I think we really do a disservice of centering what is really going on in the life of Jesus and the life of the church. So good morning. I see you here. I see you here. Good morning, Reverend Charnel. So yesterday we talked about Jesus is entering Jerusalem at the same time that Pilate is entering Jerusalem. And I called it a showdown in the middle of the streets. We have Jesus coming in from the poor people's gate, and we have Pilate coming in from the west with chariots and war horses and foot soldiers, and Jesus comes in on a borrowed female donkey. My gosh. Two kings coming in, one on a donkey, one in a chariot on war horses. And Jesus says, basically, don't be fooled by this donkey. So Jesus is now in Jerusalem in John 21, verses 12 through 17. And his first stop is in the temple. Now remember that this is a time of Passover, and people are there from all over the known world. This is the reasons why Pilate shows up to remind them, I don't really care about you engaging in your worship, your sacrifices. I don't care about that. As long as you know I'm in charge. And so Jesus comes in, and the text says, John 21, 12, and I'm going to read it because I want us to hear what is going on. It says, then Jesus entered the temple and drove out all who were selling and buying in the temple. And he overturned the tables of the money changers and the seats of those who sold doves. That is very, very important that you catch that. He said to them, it is written, my house shall be called a house of prayer, but you have made it a den of robbers. The blind and the lame came to him in the temple, and he cured them. But when the chief priests and the scribes saw the amazing things that he did and heard the children crying out in the temple and saying, Hosanna to the Son of David, and they became angry and said to him, do you hear what they are saying? Jesus said to them, yes. Have you never read, out of the mouths of infants and nursing babes, you have prepared praise for yourself? He left them, went out of the city to Bethany, and spent the night there. The word of God for the people of God. Thanks be to God. Let me first off say that this is not the old silent night Jesus. This is not the tender, meek, and mild Jesus. This is not Mary's sweet little baby boy. This Jesus is no longer that babe in Bethlehem. This Jesus who comes in this temple, turn things upside down, is on a mission. But why would, so let me set it up. I think that in order for us to understand why Jesus did what he did, I need to set it up. So it's Passover, and people have to buy, they're traveling, so they're not traveling with their sacrifices. They're not traveling with their lambs and their doves, and they're not traveling with the animals that they need. So at the temple, right, at the temple, on the outside at the temple, there are people who sell the animals for sacrifices. Jesus comes in, remember, and it says that he stops at the table of those selling doves. So way back in the law, God made provisions that everybody can participate regardless of their status. Those who had more would buy lambs. Those who had less could buy doves. And so Jesus stops at the dove table and notices that they are cheating the people. They are cheating the poor people. So how are they cheating? Remember, they are coming into a foreign territory, and they must exchange money in order to be able to purchase their sacrifices. Remember, or if you've ever traveled to a foreign country, at the airport, many times in the international section, there are booths set up to exchange your American dollars to the currency of the country where you are. And there is a fee, right? There's a fee. There is, call it interest fee. The same thing is going on here in Jerusalem. People must exchange their money in order to have the right currency for to make their purchases. But what is happening? The money changers, the people who are the vendors, are cheating the people. They are charging exorbitant fees, and they are selling broken, diseased, less than good animals for sacrifice. Remember, the law says that an animal for sacrifice must not have any broken bones, must not have any diseases, must not have anything that's going to cause this animal to be less than perfect. I wish you hear me. I wish you hear me. And so Jesus goes in and turns over the tables, and he tells them, listen, in this here house, we're not going to have that. In this house, you are not going to treat the least, the last, and the unlikely in any kind of way. My friends, if you want to really make Jesus angry, cheat the people. I know we talk about a lot of this and that and thous and all of this and what you shall not do. And we try to send people to hell for a lot of things. But if you want to get on Jesus' bad side, if you want to get on God's bad side, treat God's people any kind of way. I wish you hear me tonight. I know this is not as sexy as thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not smoke cigarettes or drink alcohol or whatever it is we try to say the big sins are. Jesus already made it clear to love God and love each other. So to mess up and to treat God's people any kind of way, get Jesus angry every time. So Jesus says, not in this house. You're not going to treat people any kind of way in this house. When you go into your temple, when you go into your church, how are God's people treated? How do you treat those who may have to come through the poor people's gate? How do you treat those who don't measure up? Are you cheating them? Are you giving them less than? Check your kindness radar. Jesus says, not in this house. And let me just tell you this before I come to my close. We have used this text for years to say there should not be any selling at the church. My friends, it's not about selling. It's your motives and how you treat people in your selling. If you want to make Jesus angry, treat the least of these in unjust ways. Y'all be blessed, and may all be well with your day.